Hey, third grade. Today we're going to get started with our text of the day. Now, this is one I know you're going to all find interesting. Emojis. Let's look at our title. Emojis are now the top form of communication. Okay, we're going to go ahead and preview our text. And as we're previewing, guys, I want you to think, what is my genre? What's my purpose for reading today? All right, so I'm looking at this title. Emojis are now the top form of communication. Right, and look right here. Those look familiar. I recognize some of those emojis. Oh, we have a caption. Let's see what this says. These batteries were designed to look like popular emojis. Emojis have come a long way since they were invented about 20 years ago. Some language experts believe these expressive symbols are not just silly fun. They help us communicate with one another. Photo by David Becker. Getty Images. Okay. Now that seems like I have a photo and a caption there. My brain's thinking I might be reading informational text. Let's keep skimming our text. Okay. Giving us some more information. Oh, right here I have a heading. You say emojis are the world's top form of communication. That's a big claim. A lot of people would say the English language is the main way that people around the world communicate. In my brain, I'm thinking that's a little different. Usually I just have a few words for a heading. This seems it might be giving me a big idea right here. Ooh, I see another photograph. Oh, I recognize these emoji pillows. A stack of emoji pillows. Emojis can be spotted everywhere, but are they getting the respect they deserve? I've got another heading. What is emoji's greatest strength? Oh, do emojis have a weakness? Why is that a problem? Do you have a favorite emoji? Ooh, what do you guys realize is going on with all these headings? That's what I was thinking. They're all in the form of a question. So I'm predicting that the text below our headings is going to give us the answers to these questions. I like how the author used the question and answer format. Okay, so at this point, I know I'm definitely reading an informational text about emojis. So that tells my brain I'm going to be reading for facts and information. I don't have to think like when I'm doing fiction where I'm thinking about characters and problems. Today, I'm only focused on learning facts and information, and I know it's going to all be about emojis. All right, as we read, I want you guys thinking about two things. One, what is the author's purpose for everything that they do? We already know we're reading an informational text, so that tells my brain I'm going to be reading facts and information. But I want you to go further than that. I want you to think, why did the author include this detail or this paragraph or this photo or caption? Okay, good readers are always thinking further. I also am going to ask you a big question at the end of the text. I'm going to want you to make a conclusion. Now, remember, when we make conclusions, it doesn't tell us just straight in the text. We have to connect what we've read to what we know, and we're going to form our conclusion. So I want you thinking about, what can I conclude about emojis after reading this text? Okay, let's get started. Emojis are now a top form of communication. Smiley face emoji, you've come a long way. Emojis are now officially art. They are part of the collection at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. This is one of the greatest art museums in the world. Emojis even have their own movie. It's called the Emoji Movie, of course. Wow, that's some new information there. I didn't realize that the emoji was recognized in museums. Okay, let's keep reading. Emojis decorate t-shirts. There are pillows shaped like them. In 2015, the Oxford Dictionaries chose emoji as its word of the year. Yet, emojis don't get much respect. Most people don't take emojis very seriously. They don't realize how much an emoji can really say. Ian Evans is from Britain. He is an expert in languages. Evans likes emojis and their expressive little faces. He wrote a book all about them. It's called The Emoji Code: The Linguistics Behind Smiley Faces and Scaredy Cats. Okay. So I'm going to pause here for a second. We've read a little bit. I want you to come back up here, and I want you to focus on these two paragraphs right here. And I want you to think, why did the author include this? Okay, so I'm going to reread those two paragraphs, and we're going to discuss that for a little bit. Okay, emojis are now officially art. They are part of the collection at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. This is one of the greatest art museums in the world. Emojis even have their own movie. It's called the Emoji Movie, of course. Emojis decorate t-shirts. There are pillows shaped like them. In 2015, the Oxford Dictionary chose emoji as its word of the year. Okay, so I'm asking you, why did the author include these two paragraphs? I was kind of shocked that emojis are now in a museum. They've made their own movie. That was surprising to me. I knew they were on t-shirts. I know a lot of you guys wear those to school. I knew they were on pillows, but this part really stood out to me. The dictionary is now recognizing it, and it's in museums. So if I think about it, why would the author include this? That's what I was thinking. I think they're trying to make me take emojis a little more seriously. Okay, I'm going to keep reading. Yet emojis don't get much respect. Most people don't take emojis very seriously. They don't realize how much an emoji can really say. Ian Evans is from Britain. He is an expert in languages. Evans likes emojis and their expressive little faces. He wrote a book all about them. It's called The Emoji Code: The Linguistics Behind Smiley Faces and Scaredy Cats. Ooh, that sounds complicated there. Evans answers some questions about emojis. He talked about how they are used around the world. Oh, guys, y'all remember that heading that I thought was kind of weird? This is going into his book. It's explaining that. That's why this is a little different. Now it makes more sense. You say emojis are the world's top form of communication? That is a big claim. A lot of people would say the English language is the main way that people around the world communicate. Almost 1 billion people speak English around the world. It is the main language in 101 countries. English is spoken from Canada to Cameroon and from Malta to Malawi. Still, emojis can top those big numbers. Emojis are used by billions of people. Whoa, that seems pretty important. I'm going to underline that. More than 3 billion people around the world use the internet. Studies show that almost all of them regularly send emojis. When you look at it this way, emoji leaves English in the dust. Whoa, I didn't realize that. So, in my brain, what I'm drawing a conclusion from is it sounds to me like more people use emojis than the English language. That's kind of crazy. Okay, we're going to keep going. What is emoji's greatest strength? Oh, what is its greatest strength? Let's read to find out. I bet they're going to answer this question here for us. Think about what happens when you talk to someone face to face. You use words to tell them things. But words are not the only way to communicate. Another important way is through your tone of voice. You also use your body language. This is a really important part of communication. It lets people know how you are feeling about what you are saying. It helps them understand if you are happy, sad, or mad. Emojis are like a tone of voice and body language all in one. They help people show emotion. It can be hard to do this if you are only sending words in a text. Oh, sounds like this sentence right here kind of answers the question. It lets me do tone of voice and body language more than just words. Okay, let's go into our next heading. Do emojis have a weakness? I'm going to go ahead and box that too, because we know that this one's going to be about what's their weakness. So that means what's their flaw? What's not so great about them? Yes, they do. The emoji system is controlled by a group called Unicode. Its members include Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. Unicode approves new emojis. It sets many rules and regulations for emojis, too. For example, Unicode rules may say emojis have to look like what they represent. That is why a smiley face means happiness, a heart means love. Ooh, okay, so there's lots of rules. Let's keep going. Why is that a problem? Ooh, that's a good question. Not every idea can be expressed with a picture. What one emoji would stand for a big idea like memory, you can't pick one that everyone would understand. So some things emojis cannot express. So they can't express everything. Do you have a favorite emoji? Yes, my favorite emoji is the dancing lady in the red dress. Guys and girls, I want you to think, what's your favorite emoji? Maybe you could send that text message or an email to your teacher and include it. Okay, so for our last thought of the day, remember I asked you guys, I want you to draw some conclusions, and we already did some of those naturally. Okay, so after reading this, what can you conclude about emojis? Give you a second to think, and if somebody's watching this with you, share it with them. Okay, if you shared something, be sure to write it down or send a video to your teacher that tells them your new learning or something you can conclude about an emoji. Something that I concluded was people all over the world use emojis even more than the English language. That was a crazy idea to me. And then I also realized maybe I should start including more emojis when I text and email. So that way it shares more than just the text and it can help share those emotions. All right, you're going to move on to the next part of your assignment. If you scroll down in your lesson, you're going to see you have some questions, and I want you to go back to our text and make sure you're referring to it as you answer all these questions.